Cool beans.
Yeah. Cool beans.
Yeah,
And we wait for the point when Cool Beans go up against Alliance and we're just like, controversy, they threw it so they could get a higher position in the group.
I feel like after this game I'm going to get a really good feel of how the teams are like tiered up in this EU qualifier at least. Because I've seen like majority of the other ones. I haven't seen 4 Protect 5 yet.
Yeah,
Isn't it just secret and everyone else?
That's kind of how it's feeling. It's feeling like it's secret at the top,
prediction?
Danish.
What? Your Mouse Sports second prediction that you had.
How are
you feeling about that?
I think they might make it to the playoffs. Who else would I put?
I mean, Danish Bears, I think.
I think I would have. I didn't end up putting anybody. I would have put Secret and either Mouse or Danish Bears.
I took a risk and put Crescendo.
Aren't they doing the worst of the 3 teams?
Yes, I think they've lost every game and they played quite a
few. They are down.
Yeah, I'd way rather pick a team that has played together before.
But come on, see, this way I win. Either I win battle points or we have Sin as a co-caster. So we win.
Or you could win both ways by having Sin as a co-caster and getting battle points.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about that, Toby?
Ever the opportunist.
How about that, Toby?
How about that?
I'm not allowed to have nice things.
Go big, dude.
Jakiro.
Don't settle for less.
Yeah, it's a DB boy.
First to Jakiro. They really like this hero, huh?
Yep.
Are they the side where does Tester Joe play it off lane? Wasn't it them who did that?
Maybe.
Crescendo is at the bottom. Mouse is 1 and 2, and Danish Bears are 2 and 0. So Danish Bears are well set up to advance into the playoffs at this rate.
Crescendo is actually 0-3.
Yeah.
Poor old Sin.
They have played Secret, though.
Hmm?
They have played Secret and Singularity, and Singularity is also doing very well. So they played. Strength of schedule is not favoring them.
So tomorrow's the comeback day. That's what you're saying. Or something like that.
It could be.
But for now, you're stuck with me.
I'm never stuck with you, Ben. I have a choice to replace you at all times.
With whom?
Oh, I'm casting with Fogged the last 2 days, as well as you.
Excellent.
Fogged and I actually end the CIS days.
We do.
On both 3rd and 4th.
I think we did that last TI too, right? For the qualifiers, I think we ended both. I think we did CIS as well.
Last TI, yeah. Last major, I had
yeah.
to. I say it like that. I cast with Draskell.
You had to cast a Drackle.
No. I took that back. You can't keep throwing that out. I took that back.
It was your words, not mine.
You're a flamer.
Such a dick. That's it. I'm not going to Peru with you.
We need the clamper.
Where is the clamper?
Where is the clamper?
Where's the clamper?
What clamper?
He had it last.
It's down there. I think I left it down there.
What's the clamper?
It's a clamper. It is what it is.
Oh no, I know it is. It's over there.
Owen's on the run for it.
So we've got Sanking first pick by 4 Protect 5. I mean, very strong hero right now. Danish Bears reacts with Nyx Assassin. Also, one of the top favored heroes. Jakiro is the different one. That one is definitely strange.
That's really a clamp.
It is a clamp, yes. And then Disruptor picked up. So
why?
Okay.
Why did you need that so badly?
It's our inside joke, Toby.
4 Protect 5 has good team
clamp
fight already.
Oh, kiddo.
Why'd they ban Naga?
I don't know. Because the Disruptor is there and the Sanking. They have the Wombo combo under the sleep, I guess. But Naga's not a good hero right now.
They might also be worried about the stall. If you go Jakiro, you're going to be forced down the lane.
Isn't that like E-Skill's best hero, the Naga?
They haven't played Naga.
No, like in other stuff.
I don't know these guys that well. That's what I was saying. I'm not too sure about E-Skills. I mean, I know E-Skills and Slash Check, but I haven't played versus them a crazy amount.
I think E-Skills, he's a Naga and a Slark picker, from what I remember.
He sounds like one.
What, E-Skills? With a Z.
I'm pretty sure he's a Slark picker. That sounds familiar.
I think he's a Slark picker.
You should know, Owen.
I should feel this kind of mental connection with him.
Yeah. All Slack pickers flock together.
Naga does not show up at all in their heroes. It's just strange.
Wondering if they try and get the Omni to go against the Nyx, against the SK.
Yeah, that's probably going to be. Actually, I don't think they do it as an offlane Omni.
Well, you could do it as a duo, right? Like you run the Nyx as well as the Omni together.
I guess
Should
yeah.
be enough to deal with the SK.
feel
Dude,
like
Omni Jakiro sounds disgusting.
Like Hester Joe, like on an Omni, he's not going to be as flashy as he wants to.
But you get him with the lane.
It's just a good hero versus Sanking.
I mean, sure, it's still good, yeah. It's just
It's very strong versus those two.
Razor.
Pick Razor. There's nothing really that he directly counters just yet.
Counter's a good repelled hero, though.
Yes.
That's about it.
Unless they don't pick a melee, though.
Unless they pick a blinker.
Yeah.
I suppose I got some decent D push with him too.
Who's going to be their one?
Well, DB. Then it's going to be the last pick, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that does well versus King and Razor.
So what's Jakiro Nyx supports Omni offlane?
Yeah, it looks like
More
it.
than likely.
Looks like
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Oh, you run the Nyx as the 3.
I don't like Omni 4 or 5, though.
Yeah, I don't
That
like
hero
Omni 4 or
needs
5.
farm and levels.
I think I only really like. I mean, I think Nyx offlane is decent. I think I only really like it with like Invoker. Something you can get like pickoffs easily across the map.
But can't you do that anyway with the Nyx Assassin once he's got Vendetta? Just walks up, Omni purifies, you hit with the Nyx.
I mean, that's
It's
like
not the same
like
global kind
yeah,
of
it's
feel.
not the same thing. Like Nyx wants to like go around like getting vision and getting like small pickoffs like that, but you have to commit a lot with like these kind of heroes. I feel like these work better if they just do the Nyx Jakiro support and Omni offlane.
The sack.
Oh my goodness, that's a Lesh into Nyx.
Oh, that's not. No.
It's ballsy.
That's and that's probably a core Lesh, huh?
It looks to be, doesn't it? Yeah, mid Lesh,
It's
Safe Flame Razor.
High magic damage, so you don't have to be too worried about Guardian Angel, and it gives you more stun. But Nyx
Nyx.
Assassin.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to worry about Guardian Angel, but still, Repel's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gives him Siege as well, Edict.
Yeah, you got. I mean, I guess yeah, they don't really have much push at all. Other than, yeah.
Good follow-up for Sand
Yeah.
Might be a good dual lane.
Could be decent, but yeah, into Nyx it makes it a lot scarier.
Wonder what happens if Danish Bears would pick up. Like I know it doesn't work well against the Disruptor, but something like an anti-mage, just to burn. That's going to be a lot of extra damage in the fights too. Thinking who else runs their one position.
I mean, AM looks pretty okay here. They have
Oh,
a lot of
AM is
space
fine.
makers already, and he's a blinking hero, so he doesn't really worry too much about static link. A lot of their
Suppose with
damage is magic right now.
with the Omni Knight as well, they actually may not worry as much about Disruptor.
Yeah. you-
Repel
you-
gives him just a ticket to dive.
Go Pugna, push high ground, easy.
It's just all out push. You wouldn't have picked the Razor if you're doing that.
Oh,
Or you're talking
no.
about Danish Bears.
For Bears.
Oh no.
Get in there.
If you wanna 5-man that up, you think more about the Luna.
Yeah, Luna's pretty good too. I wouldn't mind Luna. But
Ace really likes the Luna too.
Yep. Just sucks versus Razor.
Oh, he does. Don't. Yeah.
it's
Ace
not the
is good
greatest
on
to
the-
get.
But
the
if you do it, you
distance.
could potentially run the Luna in the off lane, push the Omni Knight to go like against the Sand King. Might be a way for them to. Wait, Faithless Void? They would lack so much physical damage if they did that.
Yeah, but Danish Bears in the past they have picked up the Safe Flame Void a few times.
Maybe they're worried that Danish Bears is going to be needing some counter team fight, but they got the Nyx for that.
Or they are just going to pick themselves. Oh no, they can't. Well, no, they. I mean, they could put the SK in the off lane if they wanted to pick something else. But okay, that'll be off their off lane, I guess. Then the Abaddon, something we haven't seen in a while. I feel like there was a period where there's loads of Abaddon, but can't remember the last game I actually saw him being picked up in the corner.
What are they gonna do? Like an aggro tri-lane and put Abaddon 1v1 versus Omni? But Omni wins that.
I don't know, man. This is tough for 4 Protect 5. I mean, if they do something here, I feel like they're going to do something that no other team's going to be doing in this
I mean,
qualifiers. This is hard.
Yeah, they've got a
Lesh.
core Lesh versus a Nyx Assassin.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, like I said, you know, it's good versus the Omni, but
Yeah,
and
this
they
is
pick a Lone Druid here for Danish Bears.
The tower pusher.
Yeah.
So it does slow their pace down, but we were talking about this. You know, they want some hero that can just be, it's just a hero leave alone. They already have 4 heroes that can do stuff without him, so they just need a farmer who can scale well into late game. But Razor's quite good versus Lone Druid, and so is Abaddon. So that was a little bit of a weird pick for the Lone Druid in my opinion, but I still like Danish's other 4 heroes quite well.
Man, I'm just wondering if 4 Protect 5 can hold on to their outer buildings.
Unlikely.
Rise and Ace just together can take almost anything they want. And then if Neuer and 747 can get the picks, then
Slash Strike versus 747.
Slash like dying. That's going to happen so many times.
Is it? I don't think so. It's not that bad. They don't have that good of roamers on Danish Bears.
But the concept right behind that isn't it's have really stable lanes early on and then just force in the lanes.
Just depends on how well Nyx does.
looks so short next to you because this chair sits so low.
I had that problem as well. Is it makes
like
you
it
How
though.
do you have that
I'm
problem?
always
I've
sitting
seen
on
that.
I'm
That's
always
what-
sitting on that
It's-
chair now. Always gonna sit in Ben's chair.
Is all your length in your legs?
I guess so, yeah. Because I sat in that one and it was just.
I was a giant.
Yeah.
It felt
I mean, it
good.
looks like it now, to be fair.
We've now found the counter to Owen's lankiness.
He's not lanky.
Owen is lanky.
I'm a big boy.
Oh,
I'm a big boy.
who's using these spectator things? Whoa.
What things?
Camera speed at maximum? What is
Yeah,
this?
You could go too fast, too furious, mate.
That was me.
This was you?
No, I was on last.
Oh, that was me.
Well, I
before.
just use your settings, to be fair.
Yeah.
I didn't bother changing it. I was like, I'll just go with what Ben really likes.
Nice frame rate.
Right, yeah, we're going. Bye. Enjoy the cast. Have
Good luck,
fun.
Good luck, lads.
Thanks, Owen. Massively smooth. Love it. Alright, so hi, Ben. It's just,
Hello.
just the two of us now.
I need the smooth spectating off. Ugh.
Just destroying it. Do they take perspective from both screens? Like, is that what happens here?
No.
In case mine goes down, it's just this one?
Yep.
Alright,
that's
cool,
yours.
everyone. Your first blood will be missed by myself. We'll make sure we don't see that. So what are they doing? So they're going to put Hester Joe on the off lane. And it looks like for the moment, the Sand King is trying to work out where he wants to go. The Observer will scattered out, and it will be SK roaming. Razor top, Disruptor with him. Put Slash Strike into the mid as the Lesh, and it will be the PMS Abaddon off lane against Lone Druid as well as Jakiro. Neuer's preparing for a little bit of roam, but he's going to help out the mid. 747 will be there as the Queen of Pain. As we said before, Hester Joe top lane. So, no shady things, and it looks like at least 4 Protect 5 will be able to dodge having the SK versus Omni Knight direct. Wondering how well that bottom lane goes, though. Like, how much space is a bad meant to get against Lone Druid harass and
I think
Jakiro
that's
harass?
fine. He can shield off most of the stuff. He's an ABBA. Bear doesn't do that much damage early. I think Bear's actually very weak 1 through 4. Level 5, when you get the root, things change. Double stun in mid.
Yeah, easy setup. And
self defense.
Neuer's trying to create space. 747 went for Shadow Strike, level 1. Understandable.
Yeah, I was like, that's not a surprise.
It's the fact that both Slash Strike and 747 have to burn their south before the minute mark. Haven't seen Rise level anything up yet either. Thought at least he would have forced out like defensive shields with Dual Breath.
Maybe he doesn't want to waste it. It's way more mana for him right now.
Oh no, you're so low. But then again, Slash Strike's got no levels. Like, there's no lightning to bounce at him. It's a Nyx Assassin with just a stout shield, but 11.5 regeneration with Tango. SK doesn't have that kind of sustainability. He's 8.5.
But he can set up for more kills.
Well, that's if there's mana. Like, you got one more Split Earth available.
Oh, that's all the mana burn action coming out from Nyx. He's been doing this a lot, just babysitting in the mid lane with mana burn very early on. Makes life very difficult for these intel heroes.
They're looking for it. They can't go it though. Clarity gets cancelled. Slash Strike still taking too much damage from the Shadow Strike.
Too many creeps!
Yep. And this time around, 747's going to have to blink. So it's not a guarantee kill. He's Dancing Dragons finding some levels on top, but so is Hester Joe. Approaching into level 5. Level 3, sorry. I looked at the name 5. Wow, these guys are in deep.
Got Courier. This lane is kind of lost, I would say, right now. You lost all your clarities, you're almost out of regen, you don't have a salve left on Left Strike, and you lost your chicken. That is a FF mid moment.
I'm wondering if this SK kind of felt like he was going to be playing a very different role, and they just tried to adapt with the Abaddon pick as the last one.
Yeah, that's why you first pick Sinking.
Fire Strike, Split Earth follow-up. They have Edict available, but there's too much of a creep wave, and now they don't have Edict available. Mana burn on the Slash Strike, 747. They have enough damage here. This should be first blood.
Not
Shadow
easy to
Strike's
deny.
ticking him down. Oh no, Hester Joe. Purification, Queen of Pain needs some help. He could have consumed Mango and potentially repelled him. That would have at least broken free of the Shadow Strike.
I don't actually think that's worth it for them.
And on bottom lane, Dual Breath and Liquid Fire chained. And Abaddon will fall underneath his own tier 1.
That combined with Orb of Venom slow. The triple slow. So good.
Hard life for the lanes, but we're kind of expecting that, right? Like, you look towards Danish Bears and you're expecting them to have a better laning phase. Apart from contesting the Razor, that was the only one.
I would say mid shouldn't be that bad. It's just when Nyx is parked there and you lose your chicken, then that's when things start getting bad, Toby.
Oh, they got 23 seconds before it's up again.
But they already lost their chicken. And no bottle. And he doesn't have a salve anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Definitely not saying it's easy.
Oh no, and the mana burn arcane rune.
Yep. They might be able to try and stop him. He's just only a level 1 mana burn, and he went for the level 2 impale.
Still burns a lot. That hero.
Oh, 1 minute. Reason?
I go for it, Toby.
I'm not doing
Actually,
that.
he might say it. Or maybe he might not, because I called him out on saying it. But I called him out anonymously.
See? Oh, he did there it is! There it is! The reason! Give me a reason!
Wow.
Hashtag reason, boys.
Spammed. Wow.
What the hell is spammed?
Spam? I don't know. Maybe you were getting spam on Steam message, and then you have to go offline. That happens.
Shadow Strike coming in towards the mid. Hestajo, Purification damage, is able to connect. Hestajo still moving forward. No G-Gen aura, but with the punch into him, that'll be enough. But you're so far underneath the tower. Purification's in 1 second time, but 1 second is too long. When the Dual Breath hits from Rise, they have enough damage for 1, and they're looking for the 3rd. Dancing Dragon underneath the tower shall dance no more. 747 will get the double kill underneath the tier 2.
Okay, where did this big, fat, double-headed dragon come from?
He's just been chilling on the bottom lane. Isn't even big. Like he's a 102 build, like skill build now.
He's big model-wise.
True, his wingspan is very impressive.
He's big-boned.
He'll be better model-wise once he has the Arcana. Start it now, boys. Oh, the blink. Nice
He's
timing.
so not gonna win.
He really isn't. Chikuro is the unsung hero of all cosmetics because he has none.
He doesn't have any?
No. The item slots aren't open for
well,
him.
at least he got a remodel.
Yes, he did get a remodel. Now he doesn't look like crap.
Some heroes don't need cosmetics, dude.
We just remodel Faceless Void every time.
Faceless Void has sweet cosmetics. Come on.
He does. Joe Ranger needs a remodel.
That hero has way too many cosmetics.
I agree, but the cosmetics all look like ass.
That is not true.
It is totally true, and it's mainly because the base model is actually one of the most detailed base models, which isn't a good thing. Like, there's no room for creativity with it.
I'm not surprised that you know so much about this.
Well, you know I was trying to create a Drow set, and I pulled the plug on it because we couldn't do what I wanted to do.
Wow.
Yeah, we were gonna have
elitist.
We were gonna have a cross between Prince of Persia and Xena.
Oh wow, I thought it was gonna be something like she wanted to have her name tattooed as Toby with lipstick all over herself, and you're like,
that is, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, I gotta call the Perch Police on this one because that was cringy, Ben. That was cringy.
the whole concept.
Yep.
It was supposed to be Toby.
I don't subscribe to that level of cringe. Middle lane aggression from 747, just too good. Slash Strike. There's just no way to reply to this. At the SK as well as the Leshrac doesn't seem to have any real power in the mid lane anymore.
Leshrac is not a good comeback hero. Like, she's already getting dominated in the lane. It's like 50% net worth on the Queen, 50% over the Leshrac.
Yeah. Is that when you have to look to the Razor? Like,
But Razor can't solo carry a game. Razor's not one of those heroes. He can.
I'm just thinking rotations. At least he can change the balance in the lane.
But it's versus a Quap. Razor rotating, he can like come in, but unless Queen of Pain commits Blink very aggressively, then I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh, that about instead. Rotation. Neuer and Rise are waiting for it. And, well, quick stun. The ulti is triggered from the Abaddon. Okay, maybe not. They'll have the numbers.
He just hit level 6.
And he comes in with the Static Storm, but it's already halfway through. He's got 141 damage points stolen. Goodbye, Rise. Heavy rotations down for this.
Just a Jakiro kill, though.
Yeah.
And
Just a
Lone Druid?
Jakiro. See, again, you undervaluing Jakiro with your word span.
He is. He's position 5.
Yes. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you crap, bro. That's all.
It just sucks because when you're a Razor and you TPN, you don't want that sort of kill.
Slash strike.
Is
You can see him trying to do it, but 747 was right on top of the Lesh.
There's nothing you can do about that. That's a Lesh track here. You can maybe try and farm up stacks once you hit level 6, but that's not what a Lesh track's meant to do here.
I know you were talking about like when we had both Fogged as well as OD here before, talking about the really good drafting coming out from Danish Bears.
Oh,
this feels like 4 Protect 5 kind of. I don't know if they picnic draft halfway through. We're just like, oh, we need to find a solution to this. This isn't going to work. Let's go with the Abad, and this has to function.
I just don't like the Lesh. I don't think the Lesh is a good place. I thought if they ran the Lesh as a support in the off lane with Sanking, it would have worked better, perhaps, because then they can maybe potentially threaten the Lone Druid. But as a core versus the Nyx, I just don't think it's going to work out. I think it was not doomed from the start, but they just had to play extremely well and win out the mid lane with excellent movements coming out from the Sand King. But Sand King, we just parked there. When Sand King's parked there, you're not really scared of him ganking because level 1 stun, when you know that it's coming, when he's sitting in the lane, it's just not very threatening.
No. So SK has to play catch up for the moment. At least Lesh gave him some space by going into the jungle, starting his farm. You can see just the way this lane's gone down as well. Slash Strike. He can't even get his boots out to him. The courier is so busy trying to get support items out, but this courier is following the Sand King, and it did it right underneath a Radiant Observer Ward. So they understand support came in. So Hestejo's already in the neighborhood, repels up on 747. They blink forward, and Sand King's out. He's got no mana to work with, leaving Slash Strike just to die. The Sonic Wave, they're trying to get the kill before that Pulse Nova does too much damage. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Neuer underneath the tower. He's got a little bit of life to survive here. Ryze tries to help out, dual breath, but they can't keep him away from Razor. With 133 points of stolen damage, you can at least glimpse back the Druid, so he can't be involved in this fight. But Hestejo will arrive to help out Ryze, and 747 picks up the pieces in the back line. And Ace is okay with this. They fell back, and he'll take the tier 1 tower on top.
Well, at the rate this is going, it looks like it's going to be a support Lesh anyways.
Yeah.
Look at his net worth.
But there's no core to replace him.
Yeah, that's an issue. Well, their lineup is 4 Protect 5, so if they don't need more than 1 core.
True. But 5 is the Razor, the man you said cannot tank through this. So now you just got an amplification for all your magical. The Veil is up for the Queen of Pain. So her regeneration's also going to be better.
No, bear. Oh, that's nice. That's a pretty penny for old Razor. At least he went like an early game build. I think if we went Midas, they would just lose because they would just get all their towers pushed down without Razor being able to do anything. He's the only hero that can actually do something at this point in the game for Protect 5.
Even Razor, I'm not certain about it.
Well,
Jakira's got enough levels that even just 1 point open ice path is enough to push him back. And thanks to this Liquid Fire plus Catapult, the bottom tower is now within deny range. Hestejo is just pressuring the issue, and the Catapult takes the last hit. Dancing Dragon didn't have enough damage to deny it where it was. So there's nothing he could do about it.
I'm just saying if he went Midas, they would just lose things even worse than they are now.
Neuer's found 5.
It's already looking
Queen of
pretty
Pain's
bad.
going to rotate up. So if 5 moves down just like that, he's dead. Vendetta to connect, the stun will connect. There's enough slow from the Shadow Strike that Razor will fall, and they didn't. Well, they actually don't have Sonic Wave, but a blink forward to 1 more attack will do the job.
Yeah, what a very timely Veil pickup coming out from Queen.
Nice and fast. All tier 1 towers gone by the 10-minute mark. The lone Druid got a lot of farm early on, and he is going to build into that Dragon Lance on the Druid.
Ooh, he's going for the range Druid build. The old school. I don't even know if that's old school. I guess Radiance is kind of newer.
Is 4 months old school. Oh, nice Burrow Strike. Cancel the TP of the Omni Knight, and they throw out the Static Storm. Anything to ensure that Hestejo will die.
It's outdated.
Why?
I still think it can work, though.
Is it just because of like the nerfs that kicked in from the patch?
Well, also they got talent change at level 20 for a lot better bear talents. Because they took away a respawn timer, so now he has bear armor and bear magic resistance. So now you can actually like be super powerful on your bear. Ooh, nice combo coming up from 747. He does not connect. The aphotic shield will save him from the last right click, unless this Hellbear. Oh
Neuer's on his way. There's no T1 tower, so he can just keep the chase up. And if Slash Strike goes for the Shrine, actually is down for 210 seconds. Neuer will reach him. Spike carapaces. He needs to hit the stun, but Slash Strike goes down. That Observe Ward that was planted before has no effect because it was sentryed out. So without that vision, they can't play it right.
It was really hard to see the aphotic shield on him because he's blue hero, and the aphotic shield is very similar in color. I don't think he saw the shield on him.
Is that when you also amp up your cosmetic so you can cover yourself?
Yo, more particle effects. That would make aphotic shield even harder to see.
Dancing Dragon said he's going to walk directly inside of a Savage Roar to push him away. Means he can't glimpse, means he can't wall properly. And Ace just rips him apart. And they're going to look to the tier 2 tower now on top lane. Meanwhile, everyone else gets a little bit more space to farm up. 747's going to go for the Lincoln Sphere.
Good old Repel plus Lincolns.
Almost impossible to control him. They're going to give a little bit more space to Jakiro as well. He needs his level 7, at least, before they start really forcing these tier 2s.
I think they can do it easily.
Oh, Noy, did he see him? Oh, he definitely sees him now. Slash Strike. Hit it with Vendetta. Stun's going to miss by a very long way. Quap will deny up the bottom tier 1 tower, so it took just over 14 minutes for 4 Protect 5 to get that.
They're working on it.
No Bear Entangle. Rise is the one who's under siege. Burrow Strike out. Not going to commit a Storm for this one. It is a Jakiro. He is a little bit tankier, but they need that Storm for top lane if they're going to defend it.
Still a very hard gank to fend off, especially with this vision coming out. 4 Protect 5 do not have a smoke.
No.
So they're just going to piece out of there.
At least their Observe Ward gave him some good insight into where Danish Bears were moving. SHO's got his TP, so he's fine. But the pressure from 747 already forced the rotation from Razor to bottom lane. So he came back.
Going for S and Y. Mass move speed.
On Razor?
Yep.
It's funny, with the high amount of magical damage, I would have assumed he would go in for BKB after one sustain item. I suppose SMY can be that.
I don't think he can afford to go BKB. Then he has 2 heroes that are doing nothing. They can just kite the BKB.
Nice sentry. Burn the mana, trigger the ulti. They might be able to capitalize on it. They've got a minute. Glimpse going to drag back the Nix's house. He's got Spike Carapace available. Cannot get it off in time, however. 747, he was winding up for the Sonic Wave. Would have hit all 4 heroes, but I think he understood the rest of his team was not ready to follow through.
Not that big of a kill to give up for them. I actually think it's worth his life to trade the Shrine right there for a movement from 4 Protect 5, and they will smoke as 3 headed down towards that Razor. We'll see Queen. They do have Static Storm up.
Yeah, if they can catch her. Now she's out of vision until she hits the creep wave. But this close to the tier 2 tower, you can be sure Danish Bears is going to try and defend this. And 747, Burrow Strike will connect. Storm very quickly followed after. He has a couple of 1 charges with the Purification and the Repel. Oh, Hesa committed the GA as well, and it still wasn't enough. Slash Strike will take the kill for 600, and they get the follow-up stun into the Omni Knight. No space, the Burrow Strike from the SK, catching out to including Neuer, who's stuck underneath the tower. Sentry Ward, they throw it down, so the vision is up. And 4 Protect 5 get 3 huge kills on the bottom lane. 2k gold, 2.7k in the experience gain, and they should be able to take the tier 2 tower as well.
Nice combo with a Glimpse and the Splitter.
1 by 1, Danish Bears went in.
Yep, you can see how weak the Queen is without the Repel. She just is not very tanky. She didn't even go for a Trez this game, actually, on the Queen of Pain. A little bit surprising, because I think it amps up your damage a lot, because you actually right-click quite a bit as Queen of Pain, traditionally seen as a caster, but a lot of right-click damage, especially if you pick up the talent at 10, which you did not this game.
Hey, bypassed it. Now you'll get it at 13, which is 10 strength. Unless I was clicking on the wrong thing at that time. What the hell? What the hell?
What?
Oh, just capture bug. Glimpse going to pull Rise back in. Able to get the stun off, so Jakiro in real issues. Going to commit his 1 charges, but it's not enough to surprise him.
They're stalling out here. You mentioned it, that they couldn't really push the T2s. I think they could have if they had grouped up, but the thing is they're not really waiting for anything. Normally with other Lone Druid build, you'd be like, okay, whatever, we're farming our Lone Druid Radiance, so it's fine. But in this game, there is no huge power spike for the Lone Druid. He's going to get incrementally stronger with the Dragonlance and the Maelstrom, but nothing like a Radiance that's going to be able to turn the tide of the fight and going to signal to your team, hey, let's go own them right now. I have my huge item. But that just invites the Disruptor to glimpse them and pick them off and pick them apart and get them back in the game.
Well, right now it looks like Danish Bears is trying to force in the bottom lane. If they push this hard enough, they will get a response out from 4 Protect 5, which will create space for the Lone Druid. But there's 3 heroes grouping up from 4P5 on the top, hunting. But the Observer and Sentry Ward, which is still down, will scout out Neuer. So they understand what's coming at them. The Glimpse dragging Neuer away. They want him away from Side Strike, but the damage, it should be enough. Wall is up, will contain the Bear, but the Bear just able to get his teeth into the meal. Finding the kill, Razor is bone dry of mana, has 6 1 charges, looking for that Entangle to control him if they can get it. The range damage is decent, but they don't have the control on the Razor. That's what's coming in from Rise, but then again, Rise stunned up. 747 still has the Sonic Wave available. Holding on to it, amplifies the Sand King if he wants to let it rip. Can do so now, spills the damage. No, it won't reach Dancing Dragon. Only ensures the kill onto the SK. But there's 2 heroes down, and the cause of Danish Bears still up and fighting hard.
Classic Danish Bears. All their pushing items, their early game items, the Veil, the mech.
They're
Already sieging.
They're out of mana on the Abaddon so many times. It's only a level 1 mana burn, but he keeps getting hit by it. So tier 2 tower on the top lane will fall. 747 is going to head down to the bottom lane. So the top tower, Burrow Strike. Now from easy skills, has to go to the neighborhood. So they keep the pressure on, actually healing the Bear. But the tower's within deny range, but this is what they're hoping for. TP's coming down to the bottom lane from Abaddon. They want all these outer buildings gone. Would you actually be okay if Danish Bears went for Roshan? Or is it too risky?
Do they have a solar or a medallion? I do not see it. I think it'd be a little bit risky. I think Razor is incredibly strong inside the pit.
The only medallion on the field right now belongs to Abaddon. It's coming on the courier.
I like that a lot because I think they need to be the ones to take Roche. I think that overall Radiance lineup is just a lot stronger. I think that Danish Bears, like the Nyx, counters the Leshrac really hard, especially considering how poor he is relative to the Queen and the Nyx. So, like, without a BKB, Leshrac's not going to be able to do anything. It's going to be a while until he gets there. And because of that, they can, like, exert their dominance over the map right now. While Lone Druid is still really, really strong. Queen of Pain's also really, really strong. And still force fights.
They're grouping up in mid. The D-push macropie being used, however, kind of just signals the fact that Danish Bears not looking to fight. They need that damage to work for them. Well, at least they have the TP from 747, so they can group up and contest Roshan. In the meantime, it's just farm up Ancients, keep the lanes pressured. Maybe they could do some chip damage to the tier 2 tower on bottom, but not while 5 is there.
Both teams have pretty good vision around the pit. Multiple observer wards, scanning out the cliff. And yeah, I don't think either team are in a really good position to do so, at least not comfortably. Lone Druid's very high level though, level 16 without a Midas. It's looking pretty good for him.
Actually,
on par with Queen.
Both the cores are about 2 levels in front of their counterparts.
I would expect it on Queen because she has so many levels, but Ace has a ton of farm and is very close in net worth compared to the Queen.
Well, Ace is getting the space up on top lane to extend his lead a little bit further. 5 coming underneath the Observer Ward. 747 was thinking about the fight, but considering he just lost his teammate, has to Joe TP to the top lane.
They're about to smoke.
Are they going to do it under the obs? It's...
Nah, they sentry in 2 places to make sure that it wasn't scattered out.
No. They were only just out of range of that observer board on the bottom lane, though. 747, Lincoln's triggered. That's going to be the glimpse. Just allowing them for the initial stun. Quick follow-up storm. And Queen of Pain will fall. Good clean gank.
Yeah, that was very well executed. The glimpse right as soon as the Burrow Strike came out. That's why you can't really rely on Lincolns too much against a decent team. It will just be able to cancel it immediately.
I'm still concerned, though, that 4 Protect 5 are unable to push. Like, they get a kill like this, fantastic, Queen of Pain's down for 30 seconds. But what objectives have you taken in the meantime? They can rotate in towards the mid. The Abaddon's been a punching bag, a perfect ice path. Actually catches the SK. He'll Burrow Strike back into Lone Druid. A quick Guardian Angel is out. And 4 Protect 5 want to disengage during this time. But yeah, I'm just not seeing any objectives being taken after they take the one big kill. And on the map, they're still losing out because of the farm which is being gathered in the other lanes. And now, maybe... they push the Corp to bottom lane. They really want to get her Orchid.
Well, she's the only one that can split push out safely. I guess Lone Druid kind of can, but I think he's way more vulnerable to the glimpse because he doesn't have Lincolns himself.
It's actually so he's actually finishing up with full Mjolnir. With this type of build, like, does it ever make sense to give the bear a little bit more power to split push? So it's not just the Queen of Pain doing it.
Like what, Eggs?
Yeah, but it's like, I know it's because you've built for yourself now, not the bear.
Yeah, I think it's more so because Eggs is just not really strong as a 3rd, 4th item. I think it's only strong when you're having a lot of trouble breaking high ground and you can split them in multiple places. Once your bear actually does damage. Right now his bear doesn't do any damage, so it's not worth it at all.
This may be our first real 5-on-5 fight. Tier 2 towers being heavily pressured. And Abaddon's just the front line tank for him. With Purification, a perfect ice path into Macropire. They still cannot trigger the borrowed time, but now they can do it. 747 blinks in, but he actually blocked himself. He's locked inside the trees. So his next blink will have to be to get himself out of it all. But they're taking the tier 2 tower, jump forward, Shadow Strike on a fly, onto 5. Combining it with the Veil, but back onto the safety of the tier 3 tower, which is where Danish Bears will not hunt. But they know where they're going next, the last remaining outer tower of 4 Protect 5.
Yeah, I think they need to actually claim that high ground before they actually get there. But looks like they are going to scat out with the Nyx assassin first, because if you're there perched, you can actually pop the shrine. But if you TP in late and go 1 by 1, you're not actually getting that much value out of the shrine, and you'll just get picked apart.
Oh, Noya. That's nice. He knew the Caustic was going to trigger onto the Ogres. Starts his TP out now. They get vision too late and not enough damage. But he uses Spy Carapace to trigger the initial stun so he could follow up with his own. Now they look towards Slash Strike. Turns on the Pulse Nova. Doesn't want to spend any more time turning anything else on, however. A big kill if they can claim it. Ace dragged back in. Nope, Repel. Cancels off a little bit. I think he tried to Hurricane Pike out, but actually pushed himself in. So a little bit of missabilities, but either way. A little bit too far out now for 4 Protect 5. The stun onto the Leshrac. Difficult when you're up against the Nyx. It's too easy to set up for that stun. Hold him in position with the Macropire and Ice Path. Epicenter. Damage is decent, but Purification is there. And they blink in further. They're looking for the SK. No Burrow Strike, no Sandstorm. Ice Path as well as Impale will miss. But 747 Sonic Wave hits so hard into the Abaddon. The Stormman as well as Wall is absolutely perfect. But they cannot bring in any more damage. 4 Protect 5 have just nothing more to give. This looks too good right now for Danish Bears.
Everyone's died to Nyx. No BKBs and no way to control him. I guess you can throw Static Storm on him, but then Quap just runs Rampant. They're playing very well around the Omni Knight. I think Repel counters them very, very hard. It's a troublesome life.
Yeah. It's just... I'm just wondering what this Lesh was meant to do with their draft.
win
They-
the lane with the Sand King in the mid. If they watch
that it?
other Danish Bears games, you know that Noya just sits in the mid lane though. Well, it's also their building hitter. I think if they go for a more right-click build on the Razor, it's not as good for building hitting. I think the Razor Ags build is really good for hitting buildings, but they need the right-click damage from him. So in this case, the Luttruck would be the building hitter with the Edict, but with the Nyx in the game, it's just impossible to get that much done. You're always limited by this double stun combination that's going to hit you, as well as a really high-hitting mana burn. Right now, it's only level 1 mana burn, but it's still going to hit for well over 200, I would say.
And that's for now.
Yeah, and that's all.
They're getting levels really quickly. So 4 Protect 5 are going to try and win when the numbers are in their favor. A 4-man smoke up.
Oh, the scan doesn't hit, actually.
Now, did it? No. 747! Blinks just in time. Lincoln Sphere triggers. They do have... Actually, no, because they use the Glimpse to trigger the Lincolns. The Thunderstrike Vision cannot be used to drag back the Queen of Pain. And now it's in the hands of Danish Bears. They will 4-man smoke themselves. Or 4-man plus bear. And they're coming to fight. And they found their target. It's the Dancing Dragon. Glimmer capes up. Dust from Noya. Perfect place. Runs in behind him with a quick scream. They'll find the kill and open up Roshan. And 25 seconds without your team fight of the Disruptor.
Poor Disruptor just been the punching bag.
How many times has he died now? It's 1 for 4 on Disruptor. It's 0 for 4 on the SK. And 0 for 3 on the Nyx. But Nyx is set up for so much, and they smoked. I believe that was actually in range of the Observer Ward. And it's already too late. Roshan's been taken. The Observer and Sentry. And they can at least get rid of one of those wards. Alright, so is it easy enough now for Danish Bears just to push? Can they go high ground with everything they've got?
It's not super simple because of some of the builds. You see Queen of Pain going for a Shadow Blade, so more pickoffs coming out from her. It's probably Silver Edge and an Orchid to deal with the Abba, which Abba usually builds a Lotus or Manta to counter, but he doesn't have the luxury of being able to pick and choose his items right now because he is still poor. His team has only 1 tower down, actually 2 towers, both in the bottom lane. And they just don't have anything to farm right now. They're getting squeezed in, choked, constricted.
And the Bears doing all, like actually cutting the creep wave as well, so any of that momentum they were gaining on bottom is gone. Also, Danish Bears is waiting for somebody to TP out to them. It's not going to happen. You have the defensive Obs and Sentry up. So they seem more than enough.
I think they should pick up a gem pretty soon, so they can just take down all the wards for free, because they have enough of a lead right now where I don't think that 4 Protect 5 are really going to want to fight them unless it's in the protection of their base with 2 or 3 shrines up.
Oh, this is just painful to say the least. I don't really see a way where 4 Protect 5 can properly get back into this game.
I think if they pick off the Omni Knight early on, which I think is definitely a possibility. He doesn't have a Yules, rather.
They got issues for the Abaddon. Some kind of route hasn't happened yet. So he just keeps running dual breath. They're going to trigger the ultimate. Borrowed time is out. 747 is in the neighborhood. He has the Orchid available and no shields. No way to break free. And Abaddon down for 53 seconds. They can force buyback here. And the only thing which can be forced by 4 Protect 5 is the top lane. They'll take the tier 1 tower. But with Aegis Sea Mortal, you know Danish Bears are looking to go high ground.
That's a good pick.
It is.
That's their frontliner. I don't think Razor can frontline too much here.
Razor just used his static link too. His Savage roared back behind almost to his tier 3 towers. While Ace becomes this range damager. Oh, Fire Strike's at least going to stop him from punching the tower. She should be a little bit careful. 747 is the one with the Aegis the Immortal. And they didn't get the buyback from the Abaddon, but they brought the tier 3 tower down to half HP. 747's going to be quick about this. Pushing the side lanes. They still haven't regained control at the top, however. Four Protect 5 are going to come out. Rise, Ice Path, Macro Pyre, Dual Breath, catching both Slash Strike as well as the Abaddon. A follow-up stun. Leshrac is just so low. Abaddon will try and help him out here in that SK epicenter. 2 pulses, not doing a lot of damage. The rest of them, however, will do a decent amount. GA and Purification, not to mention the Greaves. So much restoration. Queen of Pain, Silence, I remember, she's got the Aegis model. She wants to be in deep. They've lost Hester Joe, so there goes your sustain. Glimpse, pulling back. The Nyx Assassin, 5 with 224 points of stolen damage. Able to pump that out quite nicely. Looks towards the Lone Druid. Another good Dual Breath and the Sonic Wave from 747. Icing on the cake. The silence onto Leshrac. He at least has the Pulse Nova going, but he can't turn it off. 747 will find that kill. Moving his attention towards a Abaddon. Borrowed time is in 4 seconds time. 747 wants to find the kill in that time. Half a second was left before borrowed time could have been there. And now it's a rampage for 747. 5 heroes down, 3 of them with buyback, and they may have to use at least one of those to defend.
I would say they have to use, yeah, probably, yeah, I think one's enough at this point.
They're low enough that I think 1 hero would be enough.
Blessing in disguise. The Lone Druid range bear build I think actually works pretty well too if you don't have any buff ups for the bear. Like I think the bear's really strong with things like Alacrity.
Oh, they already burnt the borrowed time.
Well, he was worried about getting Orchided, so you have to preemptively pop it or else you just get destroyed during the break.
Oh, he's already destroyed the Ice Path, catches the SK who Burrow striked in. It holds to control the Disruptor on the back lines, and the bear does the rest of the work. 747 with a Scream and Blink away. They've already taken the tier 3 tower in mid. They're not focusing on the racks. Instead, Ace is just focusing on the tier 3 tower on the top. This will force a reaction out from 4P5. That's exactly what they want. Rise again with the Macro Pyre double Ice Path. E-Skills will have to burn the final shrine. Actually, they've got another one on the southern side. Noya trying to catch the edge of the Edict of Slash Strike to get the stun.
Oh, maybe with BKB Razor can do something, but still they have a fair amount of right click. And I think Degen are also pretty problematic for the BKBs.
747's playing a split game. He's attacking the range rags and getting it to trigger the warning every single time. Meanwhile, up on top, Ace pushes forward with his bear. Whenever Rise can, gets a Lincoln Sphere to trigger. Gets Liquid Fire to trigger on the tower.
Yeah, they're doing the siege very slowly and smartly. Queen of Pain very hard to pick off when Disruptor's not there, and then the Lone Druid just sits so far back with the siege that if anything comes his way, Omni Knight will be in a good position to help him out. But take out the shrines, wait for next Roche, and both shrines are already down.
Well, next Roshan could be up at 1:10.
Look at the difference of farming between these cores, though. My goodness.
5, you're out so far. He comes down to farm the wave. Yes, he got a Sentry Ward there, but it won't matter when the Spike Carapace will stun you up. And Razor, Sonic Wave, takes him out. 76 seconds without the Razor. Rise trying to slow down the Sand King as well, but at 747, leading the charge straight down the mid. SK's control just doesn't exist. Has to Burrow Strike on top of the hill, but the last attack from Ace follows him up.
The thing about Nyx, too, is he's not only good versus the int heroes, he's also good versus some heroes like Razor. He did Carapace and the Mana Burn, so the Unstable Current stunned himself. Like, it's actually ridiculous how effective this hero is.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
This game looks like it's practically over. You can Burrow Strike, Epicenter in, Guardian Angel kick in, but after the Nyx Assassin's dead, but it's the fact that so many heroes from 4 Protect 5 have gone down, and now without buybacks, GG is the call. They understand that 747 was the last one with that fresh little Bloodthorn on him. He won't have enough damage before the timer kicks out. So a 37-minute and 41-second GG call.
I do
Solid
like
performance.
Leshrac is okay, I think, in some lineups. Like when they have like a really slow safe laner, like Slark, for example. I think Leshrac's particularly good against. because he can't do anything about AoE. But versus Repel, versus the Nyx Assassin, I don't think Leshrac is particularly good versus Lone Druid. You can't get on top of him, and you can't get past the bear. There's just too many things for him to work against. His damage was overall still pretty decent, though, swinging at the lightning. But 747, yet again, Danish Bears have been playing excellently around their new mid, and just allowing him to dominate the entire game, doubling up the cores on 4 Protect 5.
I would love to see what happens though when the matchup, like hero-wise, draft-wise, is is a lot closer. Because
that's the thing about Danish Bears though. They draft 4/7/7 to have a good strength, whereas like some of the other teams will sacrifice their mid laner because they think it fits overall better in their lineup. Like this game, it seemed like they needed a building hitter and they wanted a Fallout for Sand King stun. But
but in this draft, it didn't feel like they sacrificed any lane. And like then again, the picks that came from the second phase out from 4P5 could have made it so they didn't have to.
I think you probably just ban Nyx versus Danish Bears, especially if it just limits your hero pool so much where
especially
you're like
counters
reaching
your entire pick that you were going to go for.
Yeah.
That's not so cool.
Nyx is awful to play against. Every time you're like, okay, I think this hero's good, but Nyx, but Nyx, but Nyx, but Nyx. And he just ruins everything.
Is that why you kept first phase picking him?
It's the heroes. Okay, it owns Bristle, it owns Quap, it owns Invoker, it owns Puck, it owns. Apparently, it owns Razor. I didn't know it owned Razor. It owns Leshrac, and these are just the normal mids. Imagine like just not normal heroes that it just does very well versus. I mean, it also just gets a lot of vision too, so you don't actually need that like Tree and Protector Riki to get vision around the map.
But the fact the early laning phase went so well for him, like it was the Nyx support versus the Lesh in mid.
That's why I like Danish Bears.
He shut down the aggression of the mid because they couldn't Burrow Strike, they couldn't follow up with like stun into damage. There was none of that.
They're using it differently though. I think that's very unique about Danish Bears, that they use him to mana burn the mid lane. This is something that we used to only see versus OD, but now they're kind of bringing it back just to make sure, again, 747 just dominates and give him a hero that needs this early babysitting, like the SF that they had in the other game. This game, the 747.
That's the one, like, though, if you ban it again, like if you ban the Nyx against Danish Bears, you're like, okay, well...
Well, you can also have a really strong dual lane in the middle lane, like way strong, like Ogre, for example.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, Ogre's nice, but then again, maybe they wouldn't pick Nyx if there was an Ogre around, so who knows.
Yeah. Decisions. Either way, Danish Bears, another good victory for them. They can move themselves up, and 4 Protect 5 are falling further and further down that group stage. Can't wait to see what happens next. We'll be back.